What do you think it takes for women to put themselves out there more and go after like being a co-founder of an aviation firm? Like, what do you really need? Like, what skill set?
Who am I serving? Who do you serve? What problem do you fix? And why should people work with you? When you can answer those questions really clearly and succinctly, I think that's when you have the real magic and the real juice. It's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times do you get back up.
Hey everybody, welcome to Women Unlocking Wealth podcast. I'm your host, Danielle Thompson. I'm here today with the amazing Lea Woodford. She is the CMO and co-founder of Legacy Jets. And also you have your own magazine.
I do. I have Speaker Life magazine, podcast, and YouTube channel, thanks to you guys. But I'm so excited to be here, Danielle.
And thanks for hosting us. I mean, look at this amazing jet that we're in currently. We're really appreciative of you being so generous to allow us to facilitate this. So we appreciate that.
Well, I did have another bigger jet planned, but due to all the airline stuff and cancellations, all of our jets are flying. This was the only one available.
Exactly. And that's totally understandable. I mean, we've seen articles out there with like so many of the staff shortages as well. And so tell us a little bit about how did you get into this type of business?
It was really kind of funny. I never intended to be in aviation, although I've been around it my whole life. Second husband, who's also a pilot, but my husband, Paul, he was in corporate aviation and he's been an airline pilot and he loved it, but he got sick of corporate America, and so he came and worked with me in my media company, and he was the best videographer until I got Jason, but he was an amazing videographer, but he missed flying. And we had really set up a lifestyle. We had a really nice home, and I knew within aviation, it's seniority based, and being a junior officer, he would take a huge pay cut.
Yeah.
And I would be sacrificing a lot because it would take 4 people to replace him. It did take 4 people to replace what he did. So I said, there's only one thing you can do. You're going to have to start your own company. And then I started out looking to figure out, who do we need to make this happen? And we did with our first jet charter company.
How do you go? Like, there's so many different things to even think about with being in the aviation industry. Like, how did you know, how to figure out every step of it? I'm sure it was a lot.
Well, actually not. There is a lot. There is a lot, but he's done this for decades.
That makes sense. So you had his experience.
I did. Mm-hmm. I could do the marketing, but he could do all the technical stuff, the pilot stuff. And really, that's where his passion was. So the one thing I do know about being in business is it's not going to last long if you have to be all in, or it just won't last.
Yeah.
And I could see that he really missed flying. Mm-hmm. Putting that guy back in the air made him really happy and made me happy too.
And you're the brains behind the marketing of it. So
I am the marketing.
Yeah, you are the marketing. This is the marketing department right here.
Yes.
So tell us a little bit about tell us a little bit more about the different types of jets you have.
Well, we have a Lear 60. We have quite a few Premiers. We have soon to be 2 Hawkers. We have
there's so many. A Cessna? Is there
yes,
Cessna?
we have a Cessna. That's not in here. That's with our flight school. Oh, by the way, we have a flight school.
I don't even know what jet this is.
Oh, this is a Premier 500. This is actually made by Bombardier. These are amazing jets, and they get requested a lot. The cabins are roomy. They're beautiful, and they have nice range and a lot. They have speed like an airliner.
That's amazing. What's your favorite jet that you have?
We have a Premier 500 that we bought from Jet Set magazine, and it's black and silver, and it's beautiful.
But I think you showed us that one.
Yes,
actually. It was gorgeous.
I love that.
We walked in it.
Yes, we did. But I want to manifest. I'm working on a pink jet.
She's going to manifest it, and then in like a year, you're going to have it, or maybe shorter, maybe 2 months.
Maybe a couple months. Because we need another Premier, and I think we need a fuchsia one.
Do you ever have interest in you flying a plane?
I did when I was younger, and I already do, because we fly, and I'm up there in the cockpit, and there's a
lot of controls.
Well, that's not it. I already do it, so I don't see the need to go and do it. Although I will be taking a spousal class, just in case anything ever happens to Paul.
Smart. Yeah.
So
that way you would know how to operate it. And
I mean, it was a real passion of mine when I was younger, but the opportunity didn't present itself. And now I have the opportunity, and I'm not interested.
Oh my God!
I'd rather watch movies in the back with my dog.
That sounds like my plan too.
It's a good plan.
Yeah, exactly. And Tamara's all about like, I want to be a pilot. I want to do this. I'm like, I will just be passenger princess all day long with my pups in my lap, like you.
Movies and dogs.
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
Exactly.
That's the way to fly.
That's amazing. And I know you have so you have the Speaker Life magazine, and you put all the your quarterly magazine in the flight.
I do.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the magazine.
Well, that was my marketing strategy, because Paul wanted me to do marketing full-time for Legacy, and I still had my own company. I'm still running a media company. So I said, I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to make you a beautiful in-flight magazine. And that is what I did.
It really is beautiful.
Thank you. Thank you. Well, we are flying basically. We fly celebrities, professional athletes, and C-suite level people. So we are flying, the one percenters. So they are accustomed to luxury.
Exactly.
And that's what we give them.
What do you think it takes for women to put themselves out there more and go after being a co-founder of an aviation firm? What do you really need? What skill set?
You know what? For me, that was never on my radar.
Yeah.
But I do know what it means I know what regret looks like.
Yeah.
When you don't take action on something, and I didn't want to do that again. How many times do we hold ourselves back and, I don't think I have all the skill sets yet. Maybe I'm not ready.
That's me. I used to be like that. Growing up, I was just am I, even with me being on camera this year in our podcast, I didn't feel worthy to put myself on camera. And you do this for a living with your clients too. You have them on camera all the time. You teach them media training. And there also is an aspect of how do you build that confidence in your clients to put themselves out there more on camera?
Well, I think really, first of all, I'm still a journalist. I love the story.
Yep.
There has to be a good story.
Yeah, because you come up with the different angles for the story.
You do. And I like to tell the backstories, the stories that most people don't know. But the other thing is, it's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
Once I started taking the focus off of me and really about not even my guest, it's the audience.
Yeah.
Who am I serving? Who are you? Who do you serve? What problem do you fix? And why should people work with you? When you can answer those questions really clearly and succinctly, I think that's when you have the real magic and the real juice. And that's how I like to go into everything.
Yeah. And you've been completely, on the podcast we've done, you've been really vulnerable and raw and authentic. And it really shines through in the camera as well. And for me, putting myself out there on camera is exactly what you just said. I had to start thinking about what is my market, what do they want to learn and what do they want to hear, and to put ourselves out there more. So it's not about me, but I do look at myself on camera sometimes, and
we all do.
I'm my hair, or I just spit everywhere. It's horrible. It's super embarrassing, but nobody's really paying attention.
That's IRL though. But think about this. I mean, in 2011, and I was actually in the height of my broadcasting career, cancer came right on my face.
Yeah.
It was gone.
Yeah.
And I did get my face back, but it's not the face I knew.
Yeah.
And even after all the surgeries putting me back together again, I never thought I'd be back on a stage or back on studio or doing anything on camera. So it's a gift.
Yeah.
It's a gift. And I don't mind a wrinkle now because I have a face. When you go 11 months without one, you really gain an appreciation.
Yeah. And what I like about even on social media is people are being seen for the way that they look, their authentic selves. And when you're able to show that on camera, more people resonate, and maybe they have some issues that are going on. And maybe they're at points where they don't necessarily like feel comfortable putting themselves out there more, but they are connecting with other people all around the world. So it's a beautiful thing.
It's true.
And a lot of people have gone through cancer too. And so it's such a connection point.
It is, nobody goes through life unscathed, Danielle. And we all have something that just knocks the wind out of us. And it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times do you get back up.
Yeah.
And I got to tell you, when that happened the first time, I've had cancer 3 times. So, you got to keep getting back up, and you really have to find a purpose. What do I want? Why am I doing this? And your why has to be bigger than your excuse.
Yeah.
Because you're going to come up with a million excuses. So I like to declare my goals out loud because then I have to do them.
Yeah. Well, it's so fun with you because like you're talking about manifesting the jet and it's going to happen. Like,
I already see
it's going to happen like really soon too. But the thing is like most people, they don't set those goals or they don't actually like take action to pursue it. And I think that's just like one of the things is like being able to map out the steps to achieve it. And you have no ceiling.
I did for a long time till I manifested my first jet.
You realize everything's possible.
Yeah, really mind over matter. If you believe it, then I believe that God, the universe, whatever, I think it conspires. And as long as you have the right people in the right place, I mean, my husband is brilliant. He really loves what he does. He's great with the pilots. He's great with our customers and our clients. So I knew it. And when we flew in the jet set plane, and it's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. I told Paul, if Darren ever sells this, we need to buy it. And we just started this company. I mean, we just barely got it off the ground, and he says, "Merry Christmas, baby. You're getting the jet set."
Gosh.
It was 3 months later. So when you have that kind of, and I've had little wins like this. I mean, I have access to this $22 million studio that that wasn't even on my radar, but I think when you are really positive and you love what you do and the people around you like what you're doing, it just kind of happens.
Yeah, it's like also just like for me, like growing up, my family was taught to be blue collared workers. So it's like, get a job, go to college, get a job. And so that was the path. And I was like, I wasn't passionate about anything. Like I was going for biology. So I was like, I'm just gonna be a doctor because I wanted to take myself out of like poverty, the way my family grew up. And then I realized I wasn't passionate about it. I met Tamara. Her mom was super passionate about interior design. Tamara was very passionate about videography and editing at the time. And I was like, I need to go after what I'm passionate about. I love business. I was an operations manager. I realized I loved having employees. I loved managing team. And then I realized I loved marketing. So then I went back to school and got a marketing degree. And I was like, I did not need that. but it was part of my path.
But you're passionate about it. Your whole face lights up. When you're doing something you love, let's face it, even as an entrepreneur, once you do something all the time, it does become a job. But if you love it and the why is big enough, you can blow up that company.
Absolutely. Yeah. And the fact that we both love business is like huge. And like you're just showing that when you're in alignment with your passions and what you want to do in life, it all just falls into place naturally through God and other factors. And I love that because I went in my 20s, I was 24. I was still working in corporate America and I invested in Jack Canfield's retreat. And that was one of the methodologies that he was teaching. Like, you don't have to spend $15,000 on this, but exactly what you just said. Like, just put yourself in those shoes already. Like, you always say, like, you have to feel it. Like you said,
you have to actually, it's Ed My Light. You have to touch the dream.
Don't touch that. That's the exit poll.
You have to touch the dream, because if you don't touch the dream, if you don't put yourself in those circles, in that space, it's never going to feel real to you.
And it didn't feel natural at the time because we had to show up at this party where I had to pretend to be super successful. I had to pretend like I was this person, and I didn't get it in my 20s. I get it
None of us did.
I get it now. I got it in my late 20s, but
hey, that's a lot sooner than I did.
Right? Yeah, the Success Principles book was just like taking accountability for your life.
I have a funny Jack Canfield story. When I was first starting Speaker Life magazine, he was my first celebrity cover.
You did say that, and the cover was hideous.
Yeah. It sucked. I quit doing magazines for about 5 months, and I reversed engineered it because I knew I was not going to put anything out there that was subpar. And then, funny story, he just said, "Hey, those magazines are looking good. Are you going to bring me back?" And then he retired.
Oh my God. Yeah, he just retired. So,
but he's just amazing. And I was blessed to have him on camera and in studio, in my old studio. But what a generous, kind, brilliant man.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's also just like being on the frequency of manifesting more. And that's what he taught me is like, yeah, and exactly what you're saying. And I love it. I love everything. I'm grateful for us to be partners and
friends
together and friends.
And friends. We have fun together. And that's really kind of my philosophy in life. And my husband really didn't understand it. If I can't throw my heart over the bar, if I don't want to break bread with you, I probably don't want to work with you because I want to throw my heart over the bar and just really do the best job. And there are some people that, we're just on different frequencies.
Yeah. And I think it's like a big on being like the go-giver too. Like you're such a go-giver and we try to be as well.
Oh, you guys are very much go-givers.
Yeah, and we try to go above and beyond. Like if somebody's not happy, let's chat about it. Let's make it right. Let's make it better. That's why we don't have any bad reviews online because we always make it right. So,
and that's rare these days.
Yeah.
A lot of people just go, oh, well,
yeah.
But the other thing is you have to treat your customers and your staff and the people that you work with, your power partners, with respect and dignity. They deserve it, and you have to pay them.
Yeah. Exactly.
And I just interviewed Michelle Cunningham, and she said something really brilliant. She said, I really couldn't get to a big offer because I had never bought one. She said, until I spent $10,000 on an offer and realized it wasn't even as good as my $29 offer.
Right.
Then I was ready to do that. And I thought, wow, that's so powerful. So true.
Yeah.
You have to touch the dream before you can do it.
Yeah, I love that. Well, I'm so appreciative that we got to do this interview today.
I know.
And we'll definitely have you back on our show, Women in Luck and Wealth, Broadcaster Authority.
I love that. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you. And that's a wrap with Women Unlocking Wealth. Thanks for tuning in.